All right. We back in the house.
Yes, sir. Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. And who's this?
It's your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue.
Yes,
Here we go again. Another episode. We're smiling, so it's not that bad, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean,
it's football. It's good times.
We got an L, but whatever. Whatever. That Saint game was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of tough games. That happens at 2-11. We keep finding new ways to lose. I'm a believer in karma, right? I'm a believer in what goes around comes around, and we beat Seattle by blocking a field goal on the last play of the game, basically, that they would have sent it into overtime, and we said, nope, we're going to stop this right here, shut it down, and win the game. And when we did that, everybody's like, oh, wow, that was a great play on special teams. But everybody watches each other's films, right?
Right.
So you knew that was coming back to bite us at some point. And here it is, Brian Brissy just jumps over our center and blocks the field goal.
I actually was going to talk about that play, too, because he didn't, our guy, I said, didn't move.
No. I've read somewhere that he said that somebody else held him down. But I didn't see that. Now, maybe I just didn't look at that play closely enough, but I didn't see somebody else holding him down. And it's not like Brian Brissy has like a 40-inch vertical or nothing like that.
Oh, but you didn't see it?
I saw it, but I'm saying I did. Oh, what? You have it?
Oh, just give us a moment here.
I'd love to see it again.
Can you see it right there?
I see. I'm looking at fourth quarter, 11 seconds left, 3rd and 15. It looks like the play before the field goal.
Prior to the snap, Gillen the hold. The kick, no good.
I screamed the kick, no good.
On a day where special teams fail the Saints time and again, a special teams play decides it in New York.
Watch number 90. Watch him jump through. He doesn't use any leverage to get through that. That is a heck of an athletic play.
Oh, is that legal?
Right.
Being able to land on your feet, still having your arms extended.
He was holding him down.
That is tremendous, Brian Brissy.
Okay.
Because Brian Brissy don't have no hops. So, that's he had to have some help somewhere.
Well, but we found another way to get an L, though.
We are very creative in our L's.
I didn't realize. I looked at that play. I looked at it. I said, I got to talk about this one. I'm like, I said, is that legal? Because I know you can't. You're not supposed to be able to jump over, right? You
can jump over them as long as you don't touch him.
Okay.
Like Brian Brissy couldn't have done like a Johnny on the Pony kind of hop over him like that. Right. But somebody else holding him down is legal.
Now, if I'm watching the films like this, why doesn't everyone do that play?
Why doesn't everybody do this? Why doesn't this happen every play? What I also don't understand is why do the 3 guys in the middle, the center and the 2 guards, go low? I mean, why not fire out high to take that option away?
Right.
If you fire out low, then somebody can push you down. But if you fire out high, I mean, you're not going to block the kick. You're not, that tall that you firing out high would block the kick. But then you take away the person jumping over you.
I don't know. I'm glad we saw this again. It was interesting. I was like, come on. I said, we'd have tied the game up on that point, on that one.
Right. And that's what happened with Seattle, except now Isaiah Simmons actually hurdled the guy and then jumped again because he's a much better athlete. Brian Brissy basically fell into the kick. Like he jumped over the guy and then he fell. And the kick hit him,
Exactly.
Just happened to have his hand in the right place.
I can't believe him. I was like, let me tell you something. I'm going right to the quarterback on the first one that I'm talking about. Drew Lock. I'll give him this, though. I'll say this for him. There were quite a few drops in the game.
Yes.
There was quite a few drops. I'll give him that. And he put the ball like a couple times and got right in their hands, and they dropped it. I mean,
Tyrone Tracy had 2 of them. Remember the guy who everybody said he was good at Saquon? Well, he had 2 of them.
He actually.
And Wandale had one.
Oh yeah, Wandale had one. Yeah, I'll talk about Wandale's.
I think Darius had one, but maybe I'm just remembering a different game because he's had so many.
No, Darius had one. Wandale had one. Tracy had about 3 or 4.
He had a good 2 or 3.
And
I
then
remember 2 vividly.
I'm not sure if did Neighbors might have had one.
I don't remember Neighbors having one, but whatever.
But it was
his share of passes that were catchable that didn't get caught. Slayton had one down the sideline early in the game where he thought he caught it, but he was out of bounds. But he shouldn't have been out of bounds. The throw wasn't out of bounds.
Right.
He dove at it at an angle that left him out of bounds. And there was no need for that. He was past the defender. The ball was past the defender. The ball was on the field. Everything was in bounds, but him.
But him. He ran out. He ran
out of bounds.
This is a veteran receiver, though, right? He's been doing this for a while.
What are you gonna do?
I seen, when you talk about, like, again, Drew Lock, and I look at him and the throws he made, I was wondering about his arm also, because there was a lot of passes that he might say they were back shoulders, but I know he just couldn't reach the receiver. The one he threw on the Neighbors, that Neighbors caught like at about the 3-yard line.
Right.
If he had let him, he'd have ran right into the end zone. I mean, he wasn't even close.
Why would we do that, though?
And if you watched, because I looked at the film, you looked at Neighbors' face on a couple of plays. Neighbors was like, forget it. He was upset left and right. And he's like, get me a quarterback. Somebody get me a quarterback, please. Yeah. Somebody who could reach me. Somebody could throw the ball to me, please.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure Gary was probably pulling them to the side and say, my man, you just got here. I've been dealing with this for years. So.
It was tough. It was tough. And I'll say what for Locke, though, and he was not able to step up into the pocket too often.
Into the what? What was that word you used?
Something that was supposed to be the pocket. Something.
Oh, okay. I had forgotten what that term was because we don't have those.
We don't have it at all. We don't have it at all.
I forgot what they call that. Pocket. That's what they call it. Okay.
We don't have it at all.
No.
I don't understand it.
And of course, we're dropping like flies, right? It's like rats jumping off the sinking ship. They're like, all right, take me out. Take me out. Because, our Senator John Michael Schmitz, who I'm not a fan of anymore anyway, got hurt. John Runyon got hurt. It's just one after the other.
Are we pulling people off the street?
Off the street. Right. Last year we got Justin Pugh straight off the couch. Now we got what was my man? Chris Hubbard straight off the practice squad. And we anyway, left and right. Let me read you real quick the people who haven't practiced this week for the Giants.
Oh my God, no.
Drew Lock, who's not playing because Tommy DeVito is going to play. Evan Neal, who may play but had limited practice. Nunez Roches, not practicing, probably not playing. Bobby Okereke is out. Drew Phillips, not practicing. John Runyon, out. The backup center, Austin Schlottman, limited practice this week. We still have Jordan Riley, one of the injured nose tackles, still injured, limited practice this week. Cordell Flott, injured this week. Chris Hubbard, the left tackle that we signed off a practice squad.
He's hurt?
Well, he was limited participant in practice. He may or may not play. Illuminor, still limited in practice. It's left and right. Dane Belton, like just...
Who's practicing? If they're out, these guys...
Well, I mean, they're limited in their practice. So they are practicing. They're not 100%. They're questionable would be the status you list them as. Guess how many people are on the injured report for the Ravens? Nobody. No, they're fine.
That's impossible.
They're fine. Everybody showed up for work. So we play the Giants? I feel fine. Put me in, coach.
Oh, man.
My stats need some padding. We playing the Giants? Put me in.
And they got the big running back.
Yeah, they have a pretty good running back. I can't remember his name, but King something.
Yardage.
King Yardage. And they are ranked 3rd in the NFL in points per game. They have scored 29.5 points a game. We are 32nd. I'm sorry, 32nd in the league in points per game.
And how many teams are there?
Teams are there again? 32, that's right.
32. Ding, 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 ding.
We are butt naked last. We scored 14.9 points per game, not even 15 points a game.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that that could be a problem. That we're worse in the league at scoring and they're third best in the league at scoring. Could be a problem. Just saying.
It's gonna get ugly fast.
They are 8-5 and pissed. They're like, I'm disappointed that we're 8-5. I would sign for 8-5 in a heartbeat. 8-5. I would sign for 8 or 5. Much less 8 and 5.
Just we only got 2.
We have 2 wins. 2 wins. Nobody has fewer wins than us, just to be clear. There is no 1-win team, and there are no 0-win teams. We are butt naked last.
Do you know that this is a fact? Fun fact is the Giants we have 2 remaining home games.
Yes.
And if we lose those 2 games, we would be the first team to ever have lost 9 home games in a season. The first,
as my friends used to say, the onlyest one.
The onlyest one. And I think we play as the Ravens and the Colts.
It doesn't matter if we play SEC and ACC. It doesn't matter who we play.
It could be a
long Canarsie Big Blue. We'll be the underdog at home.
That is, when I saw that stat, I said, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Have not won a game at home.
Now, in fairness, there haven't been 9 home games that long, right? The 17-game season is only 5 years old. So there's only been 5 years where people have had 9 home games. But somebody had to be first, and it looks like it's going to be us.
I'm hoping not. We got to beat the Colts. We got to beat the Colts.
I mean,
because we know what happens this week.
I know you're an optimist, but I have to say, I have 0 optimism this week. With Tommy DeVito starting and all those people I just mentioned injured against an 8-5 Baltimore team who's coming off a bye week, no less.
Oh man!
And lost their last game, so they got that bad taste in their mouth. Like, I'm gonna take this out on somebody. Oh, who we got now? Oh, the Giants. Oh. I'm gonna feel much better after that.
Oh man, it can get bad. It can get bad quick
and lengthily.
By
the way, another interesting stat. So Lamar Jackson, who is a 2-time MVP, has only ever lost 2 games in his life against the NFC. Right? They play the NFC every year, right?
Right.
He plays several games against the NFC every year. He has exactly 2 losses in his career against the NFC. Both of them against Saquon Barkley. I was at the game 2 years ago when Baltimore came to play against the Giants and we beat them. I was at that game. Saquon Barkley was on the
Saquon Barkley was there.
2 weeks ago, they lost to Philadelphia. Only other game they've ever lost to an NFC team. Saquon Barkley. They've only given up 100 yards rushing once this year to Saquon Barkley. So you know who they don't want to see in the Super Bowl? Saquon Barkley.
And guess who they won't see this week too?
Saquon Barkley.
They should have been, but
should have been.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. So yeah, Baltimore is we're the only team that had beat them up until 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure they circled this on the calendar before the season started. Like, oh, that's that team that beat us, that one team in the NFC that beat us. Let's make sure we make up for that next time we play them. And here they come.
Man, okay.
So yeah, between the way we lost to the Saints, mind you, not some playoff bound team. Although in that division they might be playoff bound, but they're 5-8, so they're not a particularly good team. They were 4-8 till they found us on the schedule. Now they're 5-8. But everybody ggets right against us. Everybody.
That game is funny. That game, it just seemed like, first of all, like no one really wanted to win the game. They were just going. It was kind of like hanging out between the 40s, just hanging there.
Right. But you mean brew 40s or the 40s?
No. As in yard line.
Yard lines. Okay.
That's as in malt.
Not the OE 40s.
Not the OE. No. Those both teams. And I had to say this. I looked back at the film and looked at this on purpose. 2 things. One, Wandale does not run, never runs a pattern no more than 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. He got the one route he ran like 15 yards down. No, actually 20 and came back. He got the pass and caught it. Other than that, he does these weak little ding outs.
That's what he does.
He does little ding outs to the right
watching our films from back in the 80s and 90s. And
a Baby Express thing.
A little ding out.
Little ding out. But what is it? It's always short of the line of scrimmage.
The line to gain, right. The first down marker seems to be like electrified. He's like, I can't touch it. I can't touch it. I got to stay away.
It's just amazing.
It is amazing.
And the second thing, there are no deep passes. There's no routes that are long. There are no routes. Every now and then I saw that Neighbors broke off a route to take it long, but it's not like, I think they all know the quarterback won't have any time.
He won't have time. And then the one time they threw it, like I said, Slayton fell out of bounds for no apparent reason. And that wasn't even that long. It was long-ish. It was long for us. It was probably 25 or 30 yards downfield. That's long for us. He was 50 yards downfield. No, you're right. We don't have enough pass protection. And teams playing against us know that. So they don't have to worry about, Hyatt's 4.4 speed or whatever.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast we are. It doesn't. Because you can't outrun the rush. You can't. You just can't. Oh, it's just pitiful.
So can I also bring up one more thing about our coaching? So did you see the last play of the first half? New Orleans lines up for a 60-yard field goal, right? There's 4 seconds left in the half. They line up for a 60-yard field goal. We called timeout because we didn't have anybody back by the goal line. We called timeout and they put Marset, I forget his name.
Marset, yeah.
We put him back at the goal line because we were like, oh, well, they're kicking a 60-yard field goal. Maybe it's going to fall short and we can run it back. There's only 4 seconds left, right? So why not run it back? We partially deflect the field goal. The ball is coming flying downfield, but on the ground, and there's nobody around it. And Marset is standing in the end zone pointing at it like, stay away, stay away. I'm like, stay away? Why are you back here?
Exactly, see.
Even if you fumble it, there's no time left.
Right.
Unless they pick up the fumble and run it in the end zone,
which
the half's going to end anyway. This is a no-lose situation. Go get the ball. If you run 10 yards, stop and turn and throw it to somebody else on our team, we could have set up a play so like everybody comes to the middle and you throw it to somebody out in the wing and let him take it. Or you just run. There's literally nothing to lose. Go get the ball. You're the only one on this side of the 30, right? And you're standing at the goal line watching the ball come rolling at you and you're not going to pick it up? Why would we call timeout to put you here? Did I have a conversation with you before they said, hey, listen, by the way, we put you out there to get the ball and run back with a touchdown. Right. It is literally illegal to block a field goal at the goal line. Like the Kansas City Chiefs had this 6'10" tight end named Morris Stroud back in the 60s.
Oh, I remember Morris Stroud, yeah.
Remember Morris Stroud?
Yeah.
And Harold Carmichael on the Eagles too. They would both stand next to the goal line and try to jump up and catch and block a field goal that was barely going to make it. And the league made that illegal. You can't do that now. It's against the rules to block a field goal at the goalpost.
Well, right.
So if that's not what you're there for, what are you there for? With 4 seconds left in the half.
I guess the Giants, the coaching staff didn't tell them what to do at that point.
I don't understand. Do y'all practice during the week? I mean, what do y'all talk during the game? Is it? So just another one of those things that makes me think, you know what? Maybe they both need to go. Shane has to go.
Shane has to go.
Sable, I was like, if the new GM wants him, I'm like, you know what? Maybe not. Too many things like this that don't make any sense. The first drop that Tyron Tracy had.
The first one,
because he had several. There was a little flare pass out into the flat that hit him right in the hands and he dropped it. but Wandale was standing right next to him. Like they both ran the same pattern, and one guy was covering both of them.
Right. See,
and both of them were looking back for the ball. So it's not like Wandale was out there leading the blocking.
Right.
Back for the ball, and they could have high-fived each other.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
Who is designing these plays? So is it the play design, or is it just that there's not enough coaching during the week to say, you know what you're not supposed to do? You're not supposed to have one guy cover both of y'all because you're standing next to each other where you could high five each other.
Well, again, it comes back to what? We don't run any no long routes. So every crossing route, somebody's gonna be standing next to them.
They literally ran the same route. Like they both started out like in the backfield, and they both did the little 5-yard flare out into the trap. I'm like, really? Did you think one of them would be open and the other one would be covered? Because like, I don't understand how that's the thing.
That's our team. That's our team.
That's our team.
You gotta love him.
But Cam Ward is coming. Cam Ward is coming.
He's coming. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And we want Cam Ward. I don't want Shador. I'm sorry.
I don't want anybody else. I don't care if we have to trade the whole draft like Herschel Walker did with the Cowboys. I want or Mike Dicker did it for Ricky Williams. I need Cam Ward. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Cam Ward, and then you got to get some blocking up front at least.
Yes, but let's get Cam Ward first.
Right. We don't want to waste all of neighbors' time on our team right now.
Exactly.
You know, so realistically, you know,
and there's some pretty good free agent offensive linemen. I'll get to that later. You know, when the season winds down. But there's some pretty good free agent offensive linemen that I'm hoping don't get franchise tagged, so that we can go, you know, put a bid in for them. And we need to come back with somebody. Because last year we got, you know, Jermaine Illuminor and Greg Van Roten and John Runyon, and that was nice. And Illuminor is actually pretty good, but the other two are okay. They're better than what we had, but they're not like, you know, lighting the world on fire.
So they should be like backups to what
they should be the depth, right? So if Andrew Thomas type guys get hurt, you put one of these guys in,
right?
Those aren't the guys you're supposed to count on for 17 games.
No, we can't. You know, when I watched the game again, this is funny. When I watched the game, and I was hoping it's not going to happen in the Ravens game. I heard the announcer say something like, "There's a lot of Giants when we were on defense. There's a lot of Giants standing up right now." And I was like, "What?" And I looked, and then I'm thinking, you know, if we're standing up on defense, that means guys have been just running past us at this point. And then he made the comments like, there are Giants laying down when we were on offense. And he says, but you see all the defensive guys on our quarterback or our running backs. Then who are they blocking?
I don't know.
I mean, the guys you should be blocking is right in front of you on our line. They're right in front of you. And we got big guys as far as weight, but I don't think we got strong guys.
And we don't have them in the right place. Evan Neal is big and strong, but we're wasting him at right tackle. If one thing happens the rest of this year, I actually hope John Michael Schmitz, I don't ever wish injury on anybody, but I hope he is withheld for the rest of this year. Because then maybe Greg Van Roten, the right guard, will move over to center. Because that's what he did last game. When JMS got hurt, he moved into center. If he plays center, maybe they'll put Neal at right guard. Because he is not a tackle. He just does not have the footwork for tackle. He is actually doing very well as a run blocker, but he just can't stay in front of his man as a pass blocker. But at guard, the guys he would run and pass block just aren't as nimble of foot as the guys coming off the outside linebackers off the edge.
Right.
Put him at guard. I would like to see him play guard the next 5 games, and let's see if he's got any potential at guard. He's clearly not a tackle.
No, he's not. I think he feels his position means what other team. His position should be what the other team shouldn't be doing against our guys right now. You know, they shouldn't be tackling our guys. They should be knocked down. Not
right. His position should be getting in the way of the other team, and he
like
can't get in the way at tackle
consistently. Though, right? It's like
right. He can't get in the way at tackle. He is in the damn way.
Oh, it's gonna be.
But seriously, I'd love to see Van Roten at center and Neal at guard for the next 5 games, and let's see, what are they capable? Next 4 games, excuse me. Let's see what are they capable of, because if they're not able to play those positions either, then I don't know why we still have them.
Right.
But let's not wait till the off season and then next year's preseason to find that out.
Right.
That's what I keep hearing people say. Oh, you got to do that in the off season and the preseason next year. We have free agency and a draft coming up. I'd like to know now if they have a shot at being of any use. Don't make me sign people and draft people and then find out Evan Neal's a great guard.
Right.
I don't want to know then.
Right.
I want to know now.
Right. Exactly. Like what are we playing for right now? We're not playing for the playoffs.
So. 2-11. Tommy DeVito's playing. We're one play away from Tim Boyle at quarterback.
Oh.
Does it really matter if Evan Neal is the right tackle or the right guard? Is that going to be why we lose?
Hey, there was a Daniel Bellinger sighting in the game. He caught one.
He caught 4 or 5 of them. Daniel Bellinger's, I mean, I'm not saying he's a Pro Bowler, but he looked like the Daniel Bellinger from 2 or 3 years ago that we remember saying, "Oh man, that guy's a pretty good young tight end."
Exactly.
He can't block a lick anymore. For some reason, he's a worse blocker now than when he first came into the league. But he can still catch the ball if you throw it to him. You just have to decide to throw it to him. But with Theo Johnson out for the season, maybe we see that Bellinger actually is a decent pass catcher. Maybe he increases his trade value. Because they really like Theo Johnson, and he should be back and healthy next year. And Bellinger really doesn't block very well anymore, so he's not here for his blocking. And we don't really need a backup good pass catching tight end with all the other holes we have. So maybe he's somebody we put together with a couple of people and see if we can't turn that into somebody that's actually a good player.
A kicker, maybe? Can we turn that into a kicker?
But I was thinking about throwing our kicker in with him. Renault and Bellinger. And I think I said this last week. I would consider trading Kayvon. I mean, Kayvon is a solid player. We aren't losing because of Kayvon. But he's not a difference maker. We're not going to win because of Kayvon either.
No.
So if there's some team whose edge, like I said, Atlanta, they got Lorenzo Carter getting burned at edge rusher. Kayvon's better than that. So if they want to, move up, increase that output and production, maybe they'll take that package of people that we are like Wandales and Daniel Bellingers and Kayvon. They're each slightly better than the guy you have there, and give us your second round pick. It doesn't have to be. They're not going to give us Michael Penix, but they might give us that second round pick.
No, we want Penix also, but
I want Penix bad, but I don't think we have anything that they would.
No,
especially with how Kirk Cousins is playing the last month.
Right. Yeah.
I was hoping they were going to go 11-6 and win a couple of playoff games and say, oh, maybe we just go with Kirk for the next couple of years. No, that's not what's happening.
Kurt's gonna be fighting for the spot.
I don't think he's gonna be fighting for the spot. I think he's out.
We don't want him.
I don't want Kirk Cousins. No,
we don't want him right now. I don't want no bridge quarterback. I want this.
I don't necessarily mind a bridge quarterback, but I don't think Kirk Cousins is not coming here for $5 million a year. You know
right.
If you want to get a bridge quarterback for $5 million, sure. Cousins, $40 million or whatever he's making, something ridiculous, to play 5 games and then sit down when Cam Ward comes in and takes over.
Right. No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. No.
You know who I would consider? I think I mentioned this last time. Jimmy Garoppolo is a free agent this year. And Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not great, but if you're looking for a bridge quarterback, and he probably is not going to command a lot of money, he hasn't done anything in a minute.
Right.
If he's going to come here for $5 million, like we gave Drew Lock, yeah, I'd take Jimmy Garoppolo for a couple of weeks because I'm pretty sure he could help Cam Ward really figure it out and hit the ground running when he finally gets in.
And I love how you say
I don't need Cam necessarily to start week 1, but I definitely want him to start during the season.
Yeah. Oh man, it just how many games left? We got what? Is there
4 games left?
4 games left. 4 games left,
and one of them's against Atlanta.
It is.
Yeah, so we get Atlanta too. Penix up close, maybe. If been benched by then, we may have to take a Michael Penix butt whipping.
Because it could happen.
Oh, it definitely could happen.
It could happen.
Well, it will happen if he's playing. I don't see us beating Atlanta, no matter which one of them is quarterback.
Do you see us This week, do you see us even staying close?
No, no.
Are you thinking they're scoring about at least 30 points?
I'm thinking if it was a fight, they would stop it. That's what I'm thinking. If this was Little League baseball, we'd hit the 10-run rule and you just stop the game. I expect us to lose this game by 4 touchdowns. In fact, I think we're more likely to lose by more than 4 touchdowns than to win.
It's gonna be interesting then. Okay, I see what you mean.
Anything can happen, right? It's the NFL. Anything can happen. Lamar might get hurt on the first play, and that might throw everything off, and we might win the game. Like anything can happen. But you're asking me which team is better and by how much? They are 4 touchdowns better than us.
So do you think I'm going with scoring 3 points. Period.
That's
I'm trying to be
a polite 3. Maybe we get a turnover or a punt return or something that puts us in field goal range, and then we kick the 3. Yeah, I can see a Steph Curry deep 3. Yes,
it could be at the end. Even let me see. No, I'm gonna go with 6. I'm gonna go with 6. Because we'll get one early, and then we'll get one in garbage time.
In garbage time. But I don't see it. I don't see it. 3 is pushing it, but sure, maybe 3. 35-3 is
35-3.
35-3 sounds about right to me.
Oh man, okay.
But hey, like I said, that's why they play the games, right? You never know. Maybe Baltimore is just looking past us, right? This could be like a trap game for them where they're like, oh, those boys can't play at all. And they're thinking about next week. So that's the possibility. Like that gives us the puncher's chance, as they call it, to stay close, is that Baltimore is just playing sloppy because they're playing down to their level of competition.
But I just had this thing that came in front of me now. I'm just thinking I can just see Lamar having like a foot race to the end zone. I just saw Lamar. He just went back to pass the ball, and then he just looked around and says, why pass? And just took off. And nobody could catch up to him. I can see that happening a couple of times.
And King Henry saying, oh man, what, no Dexter? Just feed me. Although in fairness, our defensive line held up fairly well against New Orleans last week. Now that was New Orleans. That wasn't
right.
Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. But our young defensive tackles did better than I was expecting them. I was expecting Kamara to have 150 yards. So you never know. But what we did do well is we left 3 defensive linemen on the field on first down almost every drive. So that made it harder to run, right? Normally we have Dexter and Rochester or Dexter and Chapman, like it's Dexter and one other guy. And then we have, Kayvon and Brian Burns, and they double and triple team Dexter, and the other guy isn't that good. So now there's a big hole, and they're running for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. This week we had a lot of situations with 3 defensive tackles, which I think is much better for us.
We can't. We'll have to do that against the Ravens. There's no way.
Yeah, we need 5 or 6 of them.
Right. It's gonna. Oh man, there's no way.
They may not throw the ball all day. One might just say, you know what, me and Derek got this. Y'all just take the day off. I don't want to get hurt. We got this.
It might be like an Army-Navy game. Wing T, just hand it off.
Exactly. Wishbone, like a wishbone. They make a wishbone on us.
That's all we need. That's when it's embarrassing when somebody gets back to you.
That's embarrassing.
Oh man. Okay.
Anyway, listen. As always, we're rooting for a win. We're hoping that a win happens. I'll be out there cheering for Big Blue. Not out there. I'm not going to the game. But I'll be in my house or at the sports bar, or whatever, cheering for Big Blue. I just don't have any expectation that that's going to happen.
I'm definitely going to be cheering for him. I just don't want him to get blown out. I
don't want him to get blown out, but
right.
All signs point to blowout.
All signs point to it. And maybe it won't snow in New York, I guess.
You never know, but
windy. It's cold as hell. Get up though.
Could be windy. Could be rainy. Could be any number of things could happen. But it could be raining touchdowns. So that seems like a more likely forecast.
Okay. But we still believe in Big Blue, no matter what we believe in him. Okay.
Yes, we definitely believe in him. We're supporting them. We're rooting for the W. And, if we wake up Monday morning and the W didn't happen, we'll still wake up Monday morning.
Right. Right. And so maybe next one, maybe the next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, listen, guys, what do you think? Let us hear from you. Comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Pray if you have to.
So, whatever you do, this is the time to pull it out.
Whatever you do, please hook us up. Hook us up.
All right. Anyway, this is Clay from Brooklyn. Football with the fellas. Who's that?
I'm your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue.
All about Big Blue.
We appreciate you spending some time with us. And until next time,
peace.
Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.